What's up guys, I'm about to have the most disgusting drink ever. Let's do this. We're gonna have something incredibly bad. So I basically have a workout coming in about 15 minutes for this company that I'm doing these workouts for, like live classes basically. And so I'm having my essential aminos, I've got some creatine, and I've got some exogenous ketones. So recently I've been trying to be in ketosis through the day and then just kind of have my carbs in the evening. And I'm generally doing this as like an intermittent fast, so I'll go for like 12 to 16 hours depending on the day without any calories. But these exogenous ketones have calories, and because I'm about to do a workout and then I've got to go and coach straight away, I'm gonna also have a mushroom coffee with some coconut oil to kind of wash the disgusting taste out of my mouth afterwards and give me loads of energy for this workout. Oops, that was a bad idea. Ugh. Right guys, so the world's most disgusting shake. Look how small I make it just so I can get it down in 1 or 2 gulps. Followed by one of these. And I also have one of these omega-3s. I literally just put it in my mouth and bit it accidentally and it exploded fish oil juice all in my mouth. It was disgusting. So this is gonna be a blessing. Let's get this down me. This is the only one that's nice. That's better. Ooh, dribbled. Dribbled a bit. Now you might think, why on earth would I do these things if they're disgusting? Creatine and essential amino acids are really, really good for you. So it's good just getting them down, especially as like a pre-workout. We're all a bit low on omega-3s. So generally speaking, we get lots of more omega-6s and omega-9s. These are the ones that we need a high dose of, so it's good just to have them as a supplement. I cannot believe I bit that capsule, that was disgusting. Just to rub it in, look. Danny gets a lovely smoothie, but she's just blown the motor, so it's just smoking everywhere. To whack the fan on again, sorry. And now it's class time, so let's do the training thing. Right, so I've just finished off my class, and my client has cancelled. So now I have the rest of the morning free, which is good and bad. It's obviously really annoying when clients cancel last minute, but there's nothing you can do about it realistically. Like as a coach, you can only have, like in your contractual agreement when you take on a client, that them cancelling within a certain period of time is going to cost them the session, because obviously that is messing with your time, and you need to take that into consideration as a coach. You need to value your time. When I first started coaching, I didn't really, and so people would just mess me around loads. Once I started being a lot stricter, people were generally a lot more respectful of my time. And it's not that people aren't respectful. The reason that it happens is because people don't think. Everyone's so wrapped up in their own stuff that they're not considering someone else's time or what they're doing or how busy they are or how much any in particular hour might matter to them. It's only when you explain it to someone that their kind of eyes open and they're like, oh yeah, because they just didn't think of it like that. It's not that anyone's like being rude or it's not like anyone's intentionally being a wind up. And usually if you have a discussion with your clients, they completely understand. It doesn't need to be like a difficult conversation. It's like no one needs to be angry with anyone. It doesn't need to be like a disagreement. Like everyone understands. Just people don't think, and it's not a bad thing. It's just how people are. I'm like it. You'll probably like it in your own way, and it's just having an open conversation, an honest conversation with someone just helps everyone understand and kind of actually just consider the other person. And so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And I need another shower. Definitely. Actually, you know what guys, I've still got a little bit in the tank here. I'm gonna do some pull-ups and some dips quick. So guys, we're having our infamous steak for lunch. Check this out. But how'd you get the steak out? What's that about? I'm not sure if you've noticed, but this is a bit different to the previous training vlogs that I've done. And that's because I really want to kind of step up my game and do something a bit more creative and use that as a way to actually give you more information on how I'm training, what I'm doing, and little aspects of my training that kind of very much affect how I approach training. And I know I've just said training 1,000 times, but this is literally what it's about, right? So cut me some slack. Going forward, I'm going to try and do these daily, and what I want to do is actually give you a bit more insight into how I'm operating day to day to try and improve certain aspects of my fitness. So I've recently had my DEXA scan, and I did a VO2 Max, and I did a resting metabolic rate. And with that information, I basically want to improve. I can have another DEXA in, I think the minimum's 8 weeks, but I'm just going to give it a 3 month, like a 12-week period. And what that'll allow me to do is give me like a couple of training cycles. Like I can do different kinds of training for like a month, and I can try and improve different aspects of my fitness to come back and do the DEXA and the other tests in the 3 month period and really kind of see what training has improved. It takes everything from a 3D body scan, body fat, muscle mass, distribution of muscle and fat across my body. What else have we got? We've got VO2 max, we've got bone density as well. That's an important one. And I basically want to see what I can do in a 3 month period that can improve those results. So right now the gyms are closed, but in about 5 weeks time they're going to be reopening. And so I want to get as much as I can done at home so that when I can get back to that gym, I can really smash it out and kind of take everything to the next level. So what that means is right now, because I'm not coaching as much, I'm leading quite a sedentary lifestyle. So I'm sitting down a lot and I'm not being particularly active. So one of the main things I'm going to be doing, particularly this week, is trying to do like a grease the groove method of training, but with like strength stuff, some high intensity kind of Metcon style stuff. I've got like a bunch of kettlebells down here, and I'm basically going to alternate like kettlebells and handstands one day, and then I'm going to do pull-ups and dips the other day. Now I do have classes as well, so that's going to affect my training. Like today I had my class for this company, so that's an hour of training done like straight away, and I'm taking part in that class as well, so I'm very active during that time. So that's all going to be tracked as well, but that's not going to stop me from doing the rest of my sessions. So for example, Wednesdays I do the Gymshark live streams. That's much more intense training than what I do Thursdays for this company. So Wednesday I'm going to be doing less intense exercise throughout the day so that I can turn up for Gymshark and smash it. And then for the other company, it doesn't matter so much. I do that in the morning, so I can just do my session in the morning and I can carry on with my grease the groove for the rest of the day. But my basic aim in doing this is essentially to do 100 reps every day. Now this isn't typical German volume training, which is 10 sets of 10, because it's like a grease the groove method where it's done intermittently throughout the day. So I'm not stressed so much about smashing out multiple reps and just going for intense volume in like an hour. Instead, I'm just worried about staying active, keeping my blood sugar down, like managing my insulin and kind of building a bit of muscle and developing my rep count. Because since having my hernia operation end of last year, my pull-ups haven't recovered properly. My dips kind of have, but they're still not quite there. And recently, well, this year so far, although I've been getting a lot more, I've been getting much better at getting back into exercise, I'm still not where I want to be. I'm not turning up and smashing it out every day, which obviously is the goal, so that I can really improve and hopefully even get back to competing, maybe not end of this year, but maybe going into next year. There's a lot of conditioning that needs to be done for that. There's a lot of training at a gymnastics gym that needs to be done to actually get back to that. But hopefully by this summer I'll be able to actually access somewhere, whether it's like East London is supposed to be one of the better facilities around in London, or if I just go to the one in Camberwell, which is quite close to me, for the sake of practicing my tumbling and stuff, then it really doesn't matter right now. The point is I need to be ready to be able to take on those kinds of challenges so that I can progress further when the time comes. Right now it's all about just getting lots of reps done throughout the day without burning myself out too much, because I want to turn up every day and smash it. That's the goal. This is going to document every day of the process, and that's really it for this episode, guys. If you like what you've seen, as always, give us a like and subscribe. You can leave any questions or comments you got in the box below. Otherwise, I'll catch up with you tomorrow for the next episode. Keep in touch with yourselves.